So it's a pleasure to be celebrating Pride Month, as is being celebrated by cities all over the U.S. And I will start out by reading a few of the whereases and the resolved here of this wonderful proclamation, and then Councilmember Beckles will say a few words as well. So, whereas in the city of Richmond, the LGBTQITS community, residents of all ages, employees, business owners, and organizations have made and continue to make great and lasting contributions and add to the rich diversity of our community. And whereas this courageous action in defense of human rights has been celebrated as Pride Month across the U.S. by members of the LGBTQITS community and their straight allies for 4 decades. And here we're referring to the Stonewall Uprising, which began in New York City as a response to continued violence in New York and throughout the country. This happened over 40 years ago. So this was indeed a courageous action of this movement standing up for its rights. Whereas significant gains, notwithstanding the struggle for civil rights in the LGBTQITS community, continues today as individuals and families continue to fight to be respected and left alone to openly live full lives. Whereas this is most evident and disturbing in the research that shows youth who are perceived to be LGBTQITS are at greater risk of being targeted, harassed, and bullied in school, and they experience risk of suicide at a rate that is 2 to 3 times higher than their straight peers. And whereas we in Richmond are fortunate to have great resources such as the RISE Center that has created and maintains a welcoming, supportive environment for all young people, including LGBTQITS youth and their allies. The Native American Health Center that provides a youth space that is inclusive of all youth to share community along with its serving adults. And Contra Costa Community Health Services for starting the Pride Initiative in 2009 to create greater inclusion and sensitivity to LGBTQITS patients, clients, and staff. Whereas committed LGBTQITS couples still do not have the same rights and benefits that their straight, married friends and allies are legally guaranteed. And whereas President Obama has now openly encouraged the recognition and honoring of same-sex marriage, and the U.S. Supreme Court is expected to rule on the constitutionality of DOMA, the Defense of Marriage Act, and Prop 8, California's ban on same-sex marriage, this month. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, Mayor Gail McLaughlin and Councilmember Jovanka Beckles, on behalf of the Richmond City Council, are pleased to acknowledge all of the City of Richmond's LGBTQITS community, youth, residents of all ages, employees, and all others as valued and respected members of our Richmond community. And be it further resolved that the Richmond City Council once again declares the month of June as Pride Month and encourages a safe and accepting environment for all members of the Richmond community. And I do want to state the TS stands for Two-Spirit, and that's our connection with our Native American community who long ago decided to honor its community that has differing sexual orientation as two spirits. So for all those who have a connection to the LGBTQITS community, thank you for your courage and for your pride. And I would like to ask Councilmember Beckles to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor, and it's really an honor to be able to be up here not only as a council member, but also as a member of that community. We actually wanted the Rise young people to come up and accept this proclamation. But they are not going to be here. And the reason they're not here is because last year, there are many adults in this chamber who did not create a safe, tolerant, and accepting atmosphere for them. They were truly traumatized by that. And I think that for them to not be able to come here and be publicly acknowledged without fear of being verbally attacked and judged says a lot about how far we have to go as a community and how much better we as adults can do. So we will present this to them. We'll go and give it to them. We'll also present it to the Native American Health Center as well. But people, we can really do better. Our children are watching. They want to be accepted. They want to be loved. And they should not have to come into any atmosphere, whether it be these chambers or this city, and feel like they're not accepted to the point where they don't want to be on this planet anymore. Now, I know that. I've been there as a teenager. So I know what that feels like. So with that, we have a presentation to show that because the letters are so long, well, actually, that's what I'm saying. They named themselves the Alphabet Group. So they have a public service announcement, and I think I like that. I'll probably refer to that throughout this presentation as the Alphabet Community. But at any rate, Nicole, would you please show the public service announcement? Thank you.
Some days I'm afraid to go to school.
I don't like being called names.
It makes me feel insignificant.
It makes me feel othered.
More than 80% of LGBT students report being verbally harassed because of their sexual orientation.
Nearly 85% of LGBT students have heard gay used in a negative way.
Faggot,
Homo, sissy,
Dyke, slut,
bitch,
freak,
gay, whore.
fag.
That's so gay.
stupid,
Dyke.